In this video, we're going to talk about why comparison is killing your dreams, and if you're comparing yourself to others, this is something you want to stop doing as soon as possible. It's only going to hold you back, it's going to make you unproductive, it's going to affect your happiness, and it's also going to affect your self-esteem. What is comparison? So comparison is when I look at somebody else's life and I go, oh my gosh, like their life looks so amazing. I want what they have, or I want to be doing what they're doing, or I want the freedom that they have. And all we're doing is creating a sense in ourselves that we are not enough. And we don't want to have this sense of being not enough, because it develops into that negative energy, and it can also start to make us angry. So it holds us back, it makes us feel bad on ourselves, and then we start to get angry at other people because we're like, well, why do they have those things? Why do they deserve it and I don't? I deserve those things just as much as somebody else. But it's not about that. Everyone is so different, and we're going to see that you really can't compare. You can take two people, you can put them side by side, but there is no way to compare a person's life path per path and see that those two people are the same. And it's not about deserving, because the thing is, we are all deserving of good things and good opportunities and just good forces to come into our life. Are you actually working for it? Are you actually taking the action steps necessary to get those things? And this is where a lot of people fail. Now, when we are comparing ourselves to others, we don't see what is actually going on in anyone else's life. Now, comparison especially, I feel like, has gotten quite bad because of social media. So we're always looking at other people's lives, and we all hear all the time that social media is fake, but social media is fake, right? People post things that are altered, people post the best moments in their lives. Tons of Instagram stuff has been just curated for exactly that. Things have been added in, and it's not real life, but we see the glitz and the glam, and we're just like, oh my gosh, I wish my life was like that. But if you think like that and you go through that every single day, where you just see, oh, well, everyone else is living this amazing life and my life is not very good, then you are going to become unhappy. You're going to start to become depressed, and we're seeing depression and anxiety rise a lot within the youth today, which is really sad. And it is because of social media and because of these standards that then we set, these unrealistic expectations that everyone is off doing incredible things and we're the only one who is not. Now, I heard a really important sentence the other day, and it was, we can't compare our insides to other people's outsides. And I thought this was really beautiful. So what that means is, when we're comparing, we are comparing our insides, what we're feeling, what we're going through, the state that we're in, to somebody else's exterior that we see. Now, we never truly see anyone else's interior anyway, so we truly never know what anyone else is going through. But particularly when we scroll on Instagram or through social media and we see those best moments, we are purely comparing to an exterior image. We are comparing to what we see and how we imagine those things would make someone feel. So we see that, we imagine that if they've got a nice car and they've got lots of money and they're traveling lots and they've got this freedom and they're living this, hotel lifestyle, that their life is amazing and that they're really happy. But we have no idea what is truly going on behind closed doors. We have no idea what someone is truly feeling. And like we said, a lot of those images are fake. There's tons of ways just to go in and take pictures and pretend like you've lived this life and have it not actually happen. Photoshop is a very real thing. So a lot of the images just are not real anyways. And we need to stop comparing to these unrealistic standards of what people are living their lives through, and start setting realistic expectations for ourselves. Now, in saying that, there are people out there that are living incredible lives. There are people out there that are traveling or have the nice things. And when you see this, it's important to not be jealous, to not be envious, but to actually show gratitude for them, right? We have no idea what somebody else has put themselves through to be able to get those things, to afford those things. A lot of people work really, really hard. And if you're comparing yourself to someone that works day in, day out, long hours, consistently puts the time in, and you're sitting there watching Netflix every night, then who is going to get the results? Probably the person that is putting everything into the things that they want. And I do admit, there are some people that are just born in fortunate situations, but what good does it do to be jealous of them? What good does it do to go, oh my gosh, I wish that, I was born into that lifestyle? Because the thing is, you weren't. So we all need to be accepting of our current life circumstances. And it doesn't mean that we can't get the life of our dreams. So if you weren't born into crazy wealth, you can still have those things, but it does mean that you're going to have to work for it. But I think it's so important that when we see other people that have the things that we want, let's use it for motivation. Let's use it to propel us to do more instead of letting it hold us back and filling us with anger and resentment of other people, because that's not going to do anything for us. That's just going to put us into a negative feedback loop that's not going to serve us. Now, when we're grateful and we're proud of what other people are doing, that's just going to come back to us, because we're going to go, that person was so deserving of it. And when we think others are deserving, it's like attracts like. So that deserving factor is going to come back to us, and we're going to be deserving of good things. We're going to be deserving of happiness, and we're going to be deserving of, the nice materialistic things as well. That is how it works. So when you're grateful and when you're proud of other people's successes, it doesn't take away from your own. And this is a really important thing, because we see somebody and we're like, oh wow, Susie is doing incredible, like Susie's killing it, she's got all these things. And just because Susie's doing amazing, it doesn't mean that I can't be amazing too. It doesn't mean that I can't go off and start a business and become successful just because Susie's done it. No, there's so much out there for every single one of us, and we can all share success. There is tons of money to go around. There's tons of material things. There is tons of happiness. There is tons of money. Like, these things are, happiness is unlimited for sure, but there is an abundance of money in this world, and it's yours if you are willing to take the action steps to start to create it. So when you see someone that has the life that you want, that has the things that you want, instead of just letting it eat you and rot you and keep you sat on your couch just wishing for something to be different, I want you to see those things. And I don't care how you do it, you can put it on the vision board, but use it to propel you forward. Use it to motivate you to go after the things that you truly want. And when you do this, you're going to start to take those action steps, and we're going to realize that, again, we are in control of our lives. We are fully in control of changing our circumstances. So if you are triggered by certain things, so you see things that people have, or you see them living an incredible life, and that triggers you, I want you to figure out why. What do they have that you don't have? Or where in your life are you unhappy? Because happy people, they are not off being jealous of other people's things. Happy people just show happiness back, they show love back, they show gratitude back, and they're not sitting there being envious and jealous. It's the people that are unhappy that then these emotions start to come in, and they start to tenfold, and you really, really get kind of engulfed by them. So where in your life are you triggered, or are you unhappy? This is the first step. And when you figure that out, this is where you can then be brave to make a change. Now, we are in control of our lives. So if you see an area of your life that you're not happy with, let's say you're not making enough money, so you're unhappy with your finances. Let's say you're not happy with your career because you're 9 to 5 and it doesn't grant you a lot of freedom. Let's say, you're not happy with your job because you are bored or unfulfilled or whatever it is. This is the thing, is you have the power to change it. But sometimes it might be scary, but you need to be brave anyway. So if you feel that fear, I want you to think about what you truly want, because we can all have what we truly want in this world. So if you want more money, if you want to be more fulfilled, if you want to have more freedom, then take a look at where you could change those things in your life. Now, if you are working a 9 to 5, that pay is pretty much capped. You can ask for a raise, but chances are you're not going to get one, or you're not going to get a big enough raise, or you're not going to get it often enough to really see a big impact, especially with inflation and electricity and oil, and everything is going up and up and up. So really, that pay is something that is just really hard to grow when you're working in an organization. Now, same with working the 9 to 5. That doesn't allow for a lot of freedom. And if you want more fulfillment, again, if you're doing something that you just don't enjoy and is not fulfilling, then that's going to be, again, something that you need to look at within your career. But these things can all be changed by starting your own business. When you start your own business, you have unlimited potential. So you're not capped by a paycheck every month. You are capped by your own potential of just you going out there and going after what you want. Now, let's take an example of becoming an online life coach. You are in charge of going after and contacting clients, reaching out to people, but it is on you. The more people you reach out to, the more people you're going to be able to attract, the more people you are going to be able to make money from. Now you can build your own schedule as a coach. You can travel the world. You can create different time differences that you want, or time zones, work in a different time frame. Maybe you only want to work in mornings, maybe you want to work in the evenings. You can create that schedule how you want. And becoming a coach definitely provides that fulfillment, because you get to help people. You get to see not only yourself grow, but you get to see those around you grow. You get to see other people grow. You get to help them to become their best versions of them. And that is something that is really special. So you look at the areas of your life that you're unhappy with and you go, okay, I need to make a change. I need to act on it and change my life for the better. And it's up to you to take those steps. When you start to create the life that you want, you're no longer going to start to be jealous because you are doing things for yourself. It is when you just sit back and let the world pass you by and you see everyone else doing these cool things, that's where the negative energy really comes from. So we want to take control of our lives. We want to go after the things that we really want. So once you identify where you're unhappy, I want you to figure out where you can make those changes. And it doesn't have to be right away. Like, I'm not saying, well, you become a coach and you need to quit your job and any of that. No, build it side by side. You can do those things as well until you're big enough to then just launch full time. But the possibility is there. When you make these life decisions to not compare yourself to the people that are already doing it or in the game or even starting at the same time as you, because again, you cannot put two people side by side and have it be the same. So for example, when you start your life coaching journey, if you compare yourself to the person that is doing it with you, they could be at a completely different spot. You don't know where they've started. You don't know if they've got past experience. You don't know if they've done other courses. You don't know if they've got a family. You don't know what their living situation is. Now, I don't have kids, so if someone was doing it at the same spot as me, that would be impossible to compare, because I'm gonna have more free time because I don't have to look after a baby. I don't have to, worry about feeding the kids. I just have to worry about myself. And so that makes it a lot easier. Especially, if you've got work full time on top of that, you're only going to have a few hours a day, maybe, to be able to work on building a business. So I can't compare myself to somebody that doesn't have anything to do at all and can work on this all the time, every day, all day, because it's just not going to be comparable. Now, when we start to see that and we start to compare, we go, Susie's amazing and I'm crap. Susie's just got it all figured out and I don't know what I'm doing and I'm not good enough and I'm not worth it, and maybe I should just stick to my old job and deal with that unhappiness, because that is easier than actually going after my dreams. And I'm sure that this sounds familiar, but we do have tons of people where when the comparison starts, we freeze. So when we are working with people that are doing the same thing as us, again, we don't want to show negativity, we don't want to show anger, we don't want to show jealousy, we just want to show gratitude. So Susie, she's got 10 clients this month. That's amazing. Because Susie got 10 clients, it doesn't mean that I can't get any clients. It doesn't mean that Susie's better than me. It doesn't mean that she's going to be a great coach and I'm not. It doesn't mean any of these things. It just means that this month, Susie probably worked her butt off to get those clients, and that's incredible for her. So what did I do this month? Did I do anything? Well, I made a bit of effort. I worked a couple things. I reached out to a couple people, but I got some no's, and so I decided to stop. Now, that's going to be really different than someone who was dedicated to, 5 hours a day of reaching out to people, or even 2 hours a day of reaching out to people, who got some no's, but they were persistent, they were consistent, and they kept on going. Who is going to get the results there? So I need to look at what I'm doing and reevaluate and see if I'm doing enough for what I want. And if I reached out to a few people, let's say 5 people, and I got some no's and it made me stop, then no, I'm not doing enough. I need to keep going to build this life that I want, and I can't compare myself to Susie. The only person that I can compare myself to is myself. So if I reached out to 5 clients yesterday, then maybe today I'm going to reach out to 10, or I'm going to really challenge myself and reach out to 50. And if I can do 50 yesterday, maybe I can definitely do 50 today, but I can also do something else, right? We're always progressing. I want to be comparing myself to what I have done and the person I am, and I always want to be up-leveling and bettering myself to be the best person, to be the best version of myself that I can be. When we do this, we start to see the things change in our lives, and we start to become happier, and we don't need to compare ourselves to others because we have got everything that we want right in our own lane. So the focus is here. I'm just focusing on myself, what I'm doing, and that's where you're going to start to see the results go. So remember that you just need to do the work. You need to take those action steps. Get your focus off what everybody else is doing, because what they're doing doesn't matter to you. Look at where you are unhappy in your life and start to make those changes, because you are worth it, you are worthy, and you do deserve it. You deserve the life of your dreams. So think about what you want, what you have, what you don't have that you want to have, and go after it. Chase those dreams. And I fully believe that if you put in the work, you'll get it. And I'm sure there's elements of manifestation and everything that happen as well. I love the manifestation, and I have attracted clients that way to myself as well. But The work needs to still happen. We can't just sit and just think that everything is going to come our way just easy peasy. No, it doesn't work like that. Put that energy out. Don't compare. Go after what you want and watch things start to come to you, start to fall into place. I really believe that when you stop comparing yourself to others and when you just quit, comparison in general, you see such a big shift in your own life. It's just incredible. But remember, if we keep doing the same thing that we've always done, we're not going to see those changes. So you need to be brave. You need to think what it is that you truly want, and you need to go after it. When I decided to be an online coach and everything opened up for me, finances opened up for me, travel, freedom. Now, remember guys, make sure to see those areas, search out, because this is really important, where you actually are unhappy, and go after it, make that change, be brave. I believe in you. If you have heard this video and it resonates with you and you can see some areas that need a shift in your life, some areas that are unhappy and triggering for you, let me know in the comments what you're ready to change, what you're ready to go after. I can't wait to see you guys in the next video. I'll see you guys soon. Make sure to hit that like button and I will see you very soon.